What's going on, guys? It is Tony from Lomo Paintball, and today I am here with Chad, Yaya from Houston Heat, and you guys are gonna get to know him.
What are you going to tell us?
I don't know. I'm going to tell you, or he's going to tell you, actually, that he's here to play paintball. Are we playing paintball?
I'm here to ball out. I'm here to ball out with, I believe we're going to be on Saturday, this Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know when Mark's putting this video out, but we're playing paintball, and it's going to be recorded. So, we're going to start with that. First off, when did you start playing?
I started playing paintball when I was 12 years old for my birthday, kind of like the traditional go to your birthday thing. And all my friends had played before. It was my first time, and my parents took me for my birthday party. And I was addicted from there. I loved it. Everything I did as a little kid, I literally was cutting out magazines and putting them on my walls, looking at them every day instead of reading books. For school, I was reading paintball magazines, and just so happens, it worked out.
So the classic birthday party story comes into fruition now. You're playing pro. Like when you were growing up, like what pro teams did you idolize? Like who did you want to be?
You know, like every kid in my time, I don't know teams like that weren't any better than Avalanche because you had Chris Lasoya, you had Jeremy Somm, Steve Rabakoff, LB Fowl. Those guys I really looked up to, Rocky Cagnoni. And then as I gradually started going more and more, getting deeper into the sport, Aftershock actually was the team in my area where I lived at and where I grew up at in Illinois. That was the team to play for. If you were going to make it in pro, you were going to play for Aftershock because that was a team that was always smash mouth paintball. They were just always hyped up. They were winning World Cups all the time, and that was the team that I was like, okay, I'm going to play for this team. And that was my first pro team I actually got to play for.
That was going to be my next question, but what was your big divisional team that kind of took you to that next step? Did you have some really good divisional teams you played on?
Yeah, I actually got the opportunity to play on Vicious when they were actually a Divisional 2 team, and I kind of worked it up with them. Played with them. I played, a team called Psycho Circus. They had a lot of guys that actually on that team that ended up turning pro for Avalanche and later on in the future. But yeah, play with them and then playing 7-man events. I honestly played with a lot of different divisional teams. And then I actually got noticed in Chicago from Nick Matthews, who actually played on Aftershock at the time. And when I was playing divisional, and then they asked me to play for the Shot Kids, in these local tournaments and things like that. And I just kind of went from there and worked my way up.
So then, first pro team you said Aftershock?
Yes.
How many pro teams have you played on within your career?
3.
So Aftershock?
I played on Aftershock for 4 years, and then when Aftershock wasn't playing 7-man, I actually got the opportunity to play with Indianapolis Mutiny. Tommy O'Donnell gave me that opportunity. They were a pro team at the time, and I got to play 7-man with them, played a couple events with them, and then ended up actually leaving Aftershock and forming the team and helping build the team of Houston Heat with Randy Smith.
So speaking of Houston Heat, I know you guys have had a ton of success, over the years. What is your favorite paintball moment? Your most, if you thought about, wow, that was just epic, what would it be?
I actually have a couple of them, and it's kind of cool because a lot of guys don't even have the opportunity to make it to Sunday in the pro division or even win a game. It's hard, everything has to go your way, or you got to put yourself in a better position to do that. As a proud moment, winning my first pro event with a lot of my friends on Houston Heat. I did not have any success whatsoever on Aftershock, but that's stepping stones. It took me 4 years just to grow as a professional paintball player, and then having that opportunity the first year with Houston Heat was huge. And so I'd say probably the most iconic moment that I can think of first is winning my first pro event.
Do you remember what event it was?
Yes, it was Phoenix, 2012. And we'd actually just had to play 2 events in 1 weekend. We played because the events got rained out in Galveston. So we had to play earlier in the week as the Galveston event. We got to the finals as our first event as a pro team, took second. And then it kind of sucked because, obviously you want to win and everything else. Yeah. But it was actually a good thing because the next day we came out even hungrier. If we'd have won that first event, I don't know if we would have had such a successful year even with the team, just because we just assumed that we were just good because it was our first event.
Right.
But we knew we'd worked hard, and the nice part was we lost that event, and I didn't have to go home and sulk for 3-4 months at a time, and we go right back at it, and we did, and we played probably more paintball than anybody else that weekend. So we were tired, it was hot, but it felt great to win. So.
But you obviously were hungry. Yeah. You were wanting to.
Absolutely.
We took a second, but then we brought it and got it together.
Yeah, it was honestly really convenient to be there that same weekend, and we did everything to prepare for it, and it worked out real well for us. So.
Solid. All right, well, I'm going to close this off with, I know it might be a shameless plug, but currently right now, what is your favorite paintball apparel, gear, guns to shoot? What are you thinking?
So,
Kids out there are going to want to know.
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest thing I'm actually very, very proud of right now is I have my own merch with HK Army, the Leopard King gear. I have my own designer that I work with, and I'm talking to him all the time and always coming up with different designs, and people actually like it. So getting people to wear Leopard and then asking them, hey, you go support this. It was going to be a task at hand, and people just loved it, and it's actually going from there. But yeah, I would say probably just even having my own merch with it, wearing HK gear. I love it. I love everything about it.
What marker are you currently shooting?
My favorite gun, and I've been shooting this with this company for 10 years now, is a Lux. It's literally, I feel in my heart, and I wouldn't say this if I didn't, or I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it, it's the best gun on the planet. That company takes care of us very well, and I feel like the Lux is truly the best gun, especially over the last 10 years.
They're tried and true. I can definitely agree with you on that one, man.
You're missing the biggest question of all.
What is that?
Where did Yaya come from?
Oh, that's a good one, Mark. See, that's why he's behind the camera.
There you go.
What's up with Yaya?
Okay, so when I was a kid, the movie Sandlot, there's a character named Little Yaya in the movie. I looked just like him when I was a kid, and I talk really fast like him, and I say yeah a lot. And then people come up to my parents all the time, like in stores, and ask them, like, is he from the movie The Sandlot? And they would just kind of look at him like they were dumb. And then it just kind of stuck.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, there's a guy named CJ Maui, and he was like one of the tournament players in the area. Like when I started, and he just kept saying it one day, and it just kind of stuck. And kids at school kept calling me it, and then this kind of just went from there.
Just grew like, hey, I guess I'm just gonna embrace this now.
Yeah, that's what it is. You gotta.
This is me.
Yeah, you gotta take it in because I didn't really know if I'd like it. I was just a little kid, and people just kept saying yeah, and then it just became yeah, and it worked out.
Well, you know what? I certainly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome, and don't forget, let's hit this right. Word of the shop?
LoneWolfPaintball.com.
Thanks for watching, guys. Follow us on the TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. We will see you next time.